So we are going to discuss what is random module and what its applications and function. So random module is used to generate pseudo random numbers. We can generate random numbers of any type, any combination using various functions of random, right? And it contains various applications are there. Now these are the applications of random module. You can create a dice number simulation. You can create a dice numbers. You can generate your own OTPs, capture, and you can even also create your lucky draw numbers, that kind of a thing. Whenever you have to go a random numbers or any random number selection or random number picking process, you can go with random module. Now we are going to discuss these 6 functions under the random module: random, uniform, randint, rand range, choice, and shuffle. The first two belongs to floating point. The second two functions, randint and rand range, belongs to integer type of random number generation. And the last two, choice and shuffle, works on selection, works on sequence and collection, not selection. So what is random function? If you want to import a random module, yeah, you can go with a random module, and its function is also random. So random. Okay, so what is its job? Random function always generate a floating point random numbers between 0 to less than 1.0. This is the job. It always generate a number from minimum 0.0. This is the minimum number that it could generate, and but always the maximum, it never touches 1. It never touches 1. So the minimum value will be 0.0 and the maximum value will always less than 1.0. That is the simple story. But after this, some student might ask a question: sir, why it is always if it is between 0 to 1 or something, but I want to generate the numbers from 50 to 100, I want to generate the numbers from 10 to 20 or something like that. That means I want to generate a number in range. So what is the mechanism? In order to generate a number in range using random function, you have to go with a formula. Okay, so this is a one demonstration how what happened when you run the codes. You will never find a 1.0 value. You will have maximum value maybe 0.999999 so on, but never touches 1.0. This is the story. Now to generate a random numbers in range, this is the formula. Say lower limit, and this will be your upper limit, so you have to go with u minus l plus l, and always what the n will get always l, minimum l. Why? Because this particular term, there are two terms. This is the first term and this is the second term. This term actually varies from 0.0, particularly this particular function varies from 0.0 to 1.0. So this term could give you minimum 0.0. So if it gives you minimum 0.0 or 0, then at any cost this L will be added to the final answer and this will be assigned to n. So the minimum that n will carry from here will be the L, the value of L. So look at this code. Look, let's say we want to generate a number from 20 to 50. So minimum limit L is 20 and upper limit will be 50, and if you put in the formula, so it will become 50 minus 20, yeah, plus 20. आपको पता है, you know very well that this particular portion will give you minimum 0. So this is the criteria to get the minimum and maximum. So what the this expression will give you minimum value, and what expression this will give you the maximum value. So it depends on this particular term. So the minimum value is this will be 0. So if it is 0, you are going to get 20 in n. But if it is maximum, what you will get maximum? You will get something 29.9999999 and so on. Maybe that value you are getting. That is the maximum value that it could generate. Never touches 30 because 30 will become 30 will only because when you have 1 here, you will never get a 1 from here. So you can have something 29.999598 something etc. but never touches 30. That is the thing. So then when 20 and 29 point something added, it will become 49 point something. So maximum the n will carry is 49 point something and minimum it carries 20. So this is the rule how to get the minimum and maximum from using random function. I hope it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Anji.
Yes, sir.
So now this is
Yes,
what
sir.
I have just demonstrated you. Look, this is the screenshot I have taken from the idle screen, idle and shell mode. So I am running the code 6 times and I am passing here I am generating minimum L and this is U minus L. So what it is giving me between 10 to 30. So what I am getting, so just you can see, you can visualize here what we are getting. So this is the answer generated by this code. So this never touches 30. It's okay, I think it's clear. And it will never go less than 10 also, because ultimately the print will get minimum 10. And this is basically in your class board exams, class 12, this particular question will be there. That means based on random function or randint function, it is compulsory. You will get a 2 marks question where the code will be given to you and the options will be given. And you have to choose the correct options by justifying your answer. Why the so and so option are correct or if correct. Okay, so more than one options may be correct. So you import random as R, and here I am taking and here I am taking R dot random in bracket nothing. When I'll run this, it will give me, this is my output. What if I'm going to enclose this code inside the for loop? For I in the range of 4. What it's supposed to give me. And when you run this, so you are getting the values which is minimum 0, but it never usually touches, but maximum possibility is that the range is always 0.0 till up to max less than 1. So this is the story, but my question was how to generate the number between 10 to 30. So what I am supposed to take, let L is equals to 10 and my U is equals to 30. You can take the value from the keyboard as well, no problem. For I in range of, what is that, let's say I am generating 5 values, and here we'll take let's say n is equals to r dot random in bracket asterisk u minus l. You know that will be 20, but I will write so that the things will be clean and clear. No one should have any kind of doubt. And print. When you run the code, what output might you get? Maybe see. So you are getting this kind of output. If I'm going to run the code once again, this pattern will be changed. So every time when you run the code, you will get a different pattern. This is the different pattern. So this is the story of using how to run the code particularly. Is it clear now? I hope it is clear.